Robbers were about to hit the bank, but just as they got out of the car, they spotted a patrol cop across the street staring right at them. After a few minutes of tense eye contact, the cop suddenly acted as if he hadn't seen a thing and turned his head the other way. The robbers immediately stormed into the bank, quickly locking the main door behind them. They gathered everyone together and held them under control. Next, they demanded everyone's phones, then poured water all over them, destroying the devices. After that, they threatened the bank manager, Annie, and forced her to open the vault. But this was Annie's first time experiencing a robbery, and she was absolutely terrified. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking, and no matter how many times she tried, she just couldn't get the vault door open. Standing nearby, Jack noticed her panic and gently spoke to comfort her. That helped Annie calm down enough to finally enter the password. Once the vault door swung open, the robbers rushed straight to the surveillance room. They ripped out the bank's hard drive and tossed it into a microwave, destroying it completely. Then they cracked open the safe and stuffed the bags with stacks of cash. But just then, there was a loud, urgent knock on the main door. The robbers froze, their nerves instantly on edge. In that moment of distraction, Annie quietly pressed the alarm button. Jack saw her do it, but instead of stopping her, he simply pretended not to notice and urged the others to get ready to leave. Before escaping, the robbers knew they had to wipe the scene clean so police wouldn't find evidence. They poured bleach everywhere, destroying fingerprints and any possible traces. Then they dragged Annie with them, using her as a hostage during their getaway. Once inside the car, the robbers pulled off their masks and kept an eye on the frightened Annie. Jack suddenly felt a pang of pity. All he ever wanted was to rob banks he never wanted to kill, because once someone dies, the nature of the crime changes forever. So they decided to let Annie go, dropping her off on the side of the road. To make sure she hadn't recognized their real faces, Jack came up with the idea of testing her. But what he didn't expect was that after a few days of testing her, Jack realized he had actually fallen in love with Annie, and to his surprise, Annie felt drawn to him too. Before long, the two of them started a relationship, but during one of their dates, something unexpected happened. Tom spotted them together. Furious, he thought Jack's behavior might expose their entire crew. Still, he didn't blow up right away. Instead, he casually struck up a conversation with Annie. Jack, however, couldn't take his eyes off Tom's neck, worried Annie might notice something. To avoid raising suspicion, Jack urged Tom to leave. Back at the hideout, the two erupted into a heated argument. Tom completely lost it, accusing Jack of putting everyone at risk of landing in prison. But Jack stubbornly insisted he wouldn't expose himself and would find a way to handle it. Seeing that Jack wouldn't budge, Tom finally backed down, at least for now, because according to their plan, another heist was already about to begin.